Alright, welcome back to another episode of Trails of Cold Steel, or the final episode of Trails of Cold Steel.
After everything that happened, over half a year passed in the blink of an eye.
We're gonna see this ending through to the end.
With the end of the Great Twilight, an armistice was declared on the second day of the Great War. Supreme Commander Van Dyke and Lieutenant General Bright worked together to minimize casualties during the negotiations. Meanwhile, the media reported that Emperor Eugen would return to the throne after recovering from his surgery. This was broadcast around the world, in tandem with the declaration that Calvard played no part in the assassination attempt. However, the truth only ended up plunging the Empire into greater turmoil and spurred a storm of criticism from other countries. Amid the chaos, Governor Regnitz stepped in to try to bring the situation under control. He issued the order for Erebonian troops to immediately return to the Empire. Many feared that Calvard might take this opportunity to strike back, but such fears proved to be unfounded. I can only assume it was because Calvard didn't want to take any chances against the far stronger Erebonian army.
Goddamn Calvard.
For the people of Erebonia, it was as if they had woken up from a nightmare. On the other hand, the people of Calvard began to criticize the Empire all the more fiercely. Fortunately, due to the evacuation efforts on the first day of the war, civilian casualties were kept to a minimum. President Rocksmith, nearing the end of his term, made careful efforts to placate his citizens. However, he found himself under serious pressure from the new president-elect and was made to demand astronomical reparations from the Empire. The provisional government in Erebonia, led by Governor Regnitz, was forced to negotiate. As part of the negotiations, he demanded that Calvard pledge to not invade Crossbell. Liberal, Remiferia, and the holy city of Arteria agreed, and jointly mounted pressure on the Republic to keep its troops within its borders. Reparations were eventually made, mostly funded by the Erebonian government, the Imperial family, the Reinford Group, and House Cayenne. As the Imperial army withdrew from Crossbell, discussions began between the Empire and Speaker McDowell. But the Governor-General's personal defense force refused to stand down and took control of the city themselves. Rufus condemned their actions from prison, but they refused to back down, and the threat of a Calvardian invasion began to loom.
Damn it.
So, the Crossbell Guardian Force, formerly the Crossbell Military Police, worked with the citizens to devise a solution. And on the day of Arkanseal's star-studded comeback performance, the Governor-General's defense force was quickly subdued by citizen volunteers, and Crossbell was free once more.
I see.
At the heart of the operation were the officers of the Special Support Section, saving their country yet again. While foreign affairs were steadily heading in the right direction, Erebonia's domestic issues showed no signs of stopping. With the news of Chancellor Osborne's death, the nobles he had kept in check scrambled to reclaim their former power. Class warfare broke out once more, and though the Imperial family tried to restore order, rumors of Prince Cedric's role in the Chancellor's warmongering caused their pleas to fall on deaf ears. The Crown Prince's mysterious disappearance only put them in a more difficult position. Just when things seemed their worst, Princess Alphen and the newly returned Prince Olivert engaged the public directly and sincerely. As a result, the Imperial family slowly started to win back the people's trust the continent over. Meanwhile, news of Crossbell's liberation stirred talk of independence in Jirai and North Ambria. Some argued, however, that the 10 years Jirai had spent as an SEZ had bolstered its economy and reduced poverty. The issue is still hotly debated, and those in charge are monitoring the situation carefully for fear of more conflict igniting. Though Chancellor Osborne's right-hand man, Governor-General Rufus Albarea, was apprehended, Majors Lecter Arundel and Claire Revelt managed to avoid arrest. Not only that, but they remained at the Intelligence Division and the RMP, respectively,
I see.
focusing their efforts on restoring order to their country. That said, Both groups lost their position as government organizations and underwent extensive restructuring. The Bracer Guild regained its former status in the Empire, and for the first time in 5 years, all its branches were reopened. High-ranking bracers from all over the continent helped to combat disorder and unrest within the Empire, according to certain classified information from the Guild. Prince Cedric, thought to be missing, had in fact become a member of Ouroboros. There are even rumors that he was made an enforcer, but that remains unverified. Meanwhile, after tirelessly aiding the other great houses, Governor Regnitz, and the Government Accountability Inspectorate for months, Acting Duke Eustace Alborea rejoined his allies for a journey to a certain place. Each of his friends had been busy restoring peace to their country in their own way. But now, with the embers of war finally cooled, they were able to meet once more.
Is it what I think it is? I see, Black Workshop. Oh, so that was that for when I saw it in the dungeon.
Whoa! A backup OZ-74 unit.
So your dad prepared this, Elisa?
That's right. He must have worked on it in the brief moments when he was himself. It couldn't have been an easy secret to keep from the Ebon Knight.
Your father was a great man.
Damn right. Can't be easy fooling someone who's in your head.
For real.
God damn it, Crow.
It seems like the mana inside is stable. And it should be easy to work with such a pure soul as hers. We'll be right here to help whenever you're ready.
Go ahead, Eustace.
Come on, man. What are you waiting for? Now, bring out the sword. Right.
Altina, you should help too.
Don't worry. I know it'll turn out just fine.
That's right, Allie. Be brave. I will.
Everything's stable. This should work.
Adios, please.
Now'd be the time for a miracle. I'm sure we've got 1 or 2 left, right?
If you're listening out there, these kids need you.
The sword.
Huh? Where am I? Reen? Tilly? What are you guys doing here? Eustace? What gives? You look like you've seen a ghost. Wait, what happened? Last thing I remember,
William!
You're awake! Whoa, guys! What's gotten into you? Anyone want to tell me what this is all about?
It's kind of a long story.
So much happened while you were asleep.
But before we get to all that...
Millium.
There we go. Damn. So this is our epilogue, or true ending. What's this? Ah, Oliver and Shara, there we go, they got married. Now the real credits start. What is Ash doing? Oh man. Like I said, how is this not Game of the Year? Well, like this is definitely first place. I'll be playing Yakuza soon, and Spider-Man in my off time, but like, yeah. But man, I waited a year after CS3, like I said again, and it was like all worth it in the end. All of those hours playing this game. I got it a day before release day, which is like Monday, because Nisa gave me it early, and yeah. I saw this through to the end, and it's like 1 week now for those watching. I like to see what will happen. I might just... The next game people said Hajimari. I should look into it. Like just the opening itself, but not anything further. But yeah, I hope they do localize Hajimari. This is what I want to believe, but at the same time, I'm asking for too much. But knowing Nisa, I believe in them. They put out CS3, CS4, and they're putting out Wise 9. And I played Wise 8 too. So I really hope we get a great good time at least. And hopefully we have a 2021 release to look forward to, if it will happen. Like, I'm asking too much, but I hope they make it happen. Even if it is like a low, like, chance of happening, but I still believe 100% that they'll have Hajimari ready for us. And Neon Falcon, continue to make games. Just continue what you're doing. The more you make them, and yeah, the more, how do I say, we'll play them. Because you have to realize, these are the types of games, yeah, that are made for JRPGs in the future. But what the... Is that Kevin and Rias? There we go. I was wondering why they both barely showed up except for the war stuff. It'll be interesting to see what actually happens, but yeah. Man, the SSS. Personally, I thought about the SSS was like a group of people that were nobodies, but no. I watched the Crossbell games, or only one Crossbell game. I liked it. Randy's like a bro, and like Teo's also one of your popular characters. Oh, is that Risha? Oh, damn. I believe that's Wazi and Noel Seeker. I believe that's First Dominion Ein, if I recall. Like, it had some, like, the game had a little bit of problem being OP and all, but, like, pretty sure it was fine. Like, even though I'm just only playing on normal difficulty, I can imagine Nightmare people will have a pretty decent time playing the game once they get their OP stuff in their quartz and master quartz. Trails of Cold Steel has reached its conclusion. Thank you for journeying with us through this saga until the very end. See you again someday, somewhere in Hajimari. Oh. There we go. I see. So that's what happens at the final bonding. We get that. There we go. Yeah. The chances of me playing this game again, it would have to be if, like, I'm really desperate to play this game again. Or if my brother wants to play this. But yeah. I guess. Now that goes for show. I hope you guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys all in another playthrough. But knowing when this episode will come, probably like, I don't know, 2 weeks from now. But yeah, I'll see you guys all if it'll upload to the Yakuza Like a Dragon series. Thank you all for guys watching. I'll say it one more time. See you guys all next time. Hold up a second, guys. I said I ended this video, but it turns out there's an extra scene along the way. So I'm gonna watch from CGInferno's vids. Well, if CGInferno's watching this, I apologize, but I really need to look at the scene. Sorry, but I really need to look at the scene. Alright, let's see what actually happens.
Ah, I understand now.
Phase space for Ouroboros Anguis, celestial globe.
However, it seems the situation is slightly beyond the scope of our expectations.
First Anguis.
The seventh Anguis has been lost to us, while the second continues her leave of absence. Though perhaps the biggest surprise is that neither the Stallritter nor McBurn have returned.
Well, old McBurn's finally gone out on a journey of self-discovery. Little too late, if you ask me, though.
I mean, he has his memories
As for
back.
the Stallritter, it seems like they've decided to branch off on their own.
That's hardly a cause for concern. The second Anguis is a careful, calculating woman. She's sure to cooperate with the next plan. When she does return, I'm certain McBurn and the Stallritter will follow.
And perhaps even Blue Blanc and Luciola, too. Though, I think it's safe to say Kruger's never coming back. That makes her the fourth total dropout after Luve, Joshua, and Ren.
Damn.
We've gained quite the interesting little pawn in her place, though, wouldn't you say? The magic swelling in his ancient blood is quite something. A promising newcomer if ever we've had one.
I suppose. Though he still knows so little about the world, he might need a babysitter for quite some time.
Regardless, let us leave the enforcers to their own discretion.
Damn, these enforcers won't team up with each other.
And take care that you do not follow the same path as the Faceless.
You all seem to hate my predecessor so much. I almost regret not being able to meet him.
Well, you've certainly filled his shoes in terms of personality, at least.
It seems all three of you have gathered.
So, you've arrived.
Welcome, O Grand Master.
Grand Master? Is it the Grand Master of Ouroboros? Who is it?
Maribel, you have done very well. You oversaw the completion of the Phantasmal Blaze plan and returned safely.
You're too kind. I merely laid the groundwork for the Witch of the Abyss and the Steel Maiden to work their
That's
magic.
Dorothea's voice?
But what of the Septarians of Fire and Earth?
I have confirmed their disappearance from this plane. Unlike the Septarian of Mirage, they haven't vanished entirely. But as they are now, it is nearly impossible for them to fall into human hands once more.
Is that so?
I guess we can say things are still going smoothly then?
Indeed. Our plan continues apace. Vida searching for a new path, in spite of her continuing faith in me. The heroic death of the proud Leanne Sandlot.
She died a hero.
McBurn, the former overlord of the Beyond, realizing the truth of his home.
Burn?
And even the departures of Joshua, Ren, and Sharon were all valuable parts of the process.
In short, everything that happens is within your knowledge and by your mercy. To be honest, it's simply incredible. Your very existence is akin to Ars Magna.
No, I am but a shadow. I exist solely to announce the appointed time to the world. The other Anguis may not be present, but I shall make this declaration here and now. The world has escaped the Great Twilight, extending its lifespan ever so slightly. 3 years yet remain, until all returns to primordial nothingness. The third stage of the Orpheus Final Plan, the Eternal Recurrence Plan, begins now.
What, another plan? I see. Okay. Okay. Alright, now we could stop this. Alright. Now, we'll see you guys all next time. Like I said before in that last part that was cut off. Yeah, I'll see you guys all next time.